Father,
Aye, son.
do you believe in ghosts?
Ghosts. Nonsense, boy.
I heard something today.
You've been nosing around the graveyard, haven't you?
But Father, I heard...
Well, we've no talk about ghosts anymore.
Is everything ready?
The Endeavour's ready, Captain. Crew's waiting for you.
Hi, I'm James Cook.
Hi, you're the gaffer's son. Follow me. I'll show you to your quarters.
Water, Tommy Cobble shoes, Adam Buckham guns a boot gathering bits of news, and it's Adam Buckham oh Adam Buckham oh Adam Buckham
Where did you get the coin?
I was whaling in the South Sea. Beautiful place. Flowers everywhere. It was nice.
Mr. Sanderson took James to Whitby. They boarded a ship. Now he was going to go to far and distant places.
What are you reading?
A really good book. Do you want to read it?
Yeah.
Here you go. I have to go to my house and do my homework. Hope you like it.
Okay.
Chapter 3. On to Whitby. Whitby was a beautiful place, full of the sea trade and bustling people. It was a large city as well.
I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships, all 3, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in those ships, all 3, on Christmas
Mr. Sanderson and James now had arrived at Mr. Walker's house.
And Christ were there on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. The Virgin Mary and Christ were there on Christmas Day in the morning.
James said goodbye to Mr. Sanderson and was now in the custody of John Walker, the famous shipbuilder.
All the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning.
Family, where's the ships?
I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. La 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 la.
Since you worked on the farm, that means you know a thing about work. Now, the first thing you need to know is the parts of the ship. You see, in front of the bow, that is called a jib boom. Now, each yard carries a square sail. For the fore and mainmast, there are 5 sails for both of them. There's a lower sail, 2 top sails, 1 top gallant, and a royal.
As time went on, Mr. Walker would show James how the house was modeled like a ship. It was a carpenter's work of art.
Standing quarters. Beautiful view.
James learned mathematics and how to use a sextant. John Walker's company would trade coal. They would pick it up in Newcastle and go to London. James loved to be on the sea, and he was fulfilling his dream of going to far and distant places. James learned many things about sailing and how to take care of a ship.
What are you reading there? This is a story about Captain Cook. Really? Yeah. You should go read it. Okay. In the treehouse. Yeah. I don't know why there's so much leaves. Are you okay? Good now.
He would write letters of his adventures to his sister. Christiana was thrilled that James was accomplishing his dreams. Days would go by. One day, he heard a voice, not of his sister's, but of a girl he once remembered from Staith's.
When have got none at all. Still I'll love him, I'll forgive him, I'll go with him wherever he goes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you. You have a familiar voice. I recognize you. I saw you at a tavern in Stays 2 years ago.
I remember you. I'm Elizabeth.
James. You have beautiful eyes. Do you mind if I join you?
James was in love. He wanted this moment with her to last forever. Just like how the Whitby Abbey has lasted for many centuries, so would he like his love for Elizabeth to last.
May I see you again?
I have to go back to Whitby with my father.
He kissed her hand and said goodbye. He knew one day he would meet her again, and on that day when he would see her again, he would propose to marry her.
James, this is a bloody mess. We've got colliers over there ready to go. You don't have anything here for the ropes, for the dogs. We've got to get these colliers back to Newcastle and walking and getting back here to get some more in. Are you going to be able to do it, or shall I get somebody else?
I'm sorry.
Very well.
Take care of everything right.
Oh no, this is such an amazing book. Yep. Hey, I wonder what happened to that book I was reading. Yeah, it seems like a good book. I sort of want to try it. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm going to ask them if they've seen it. Hey, have you seen this book that's about Captain Cook? Captain Cook, that kind of looks like it. Well, it is. Oh, can we read it with you? Yeah, come on. Yeah. Maybe they should probably be your friends. Hey, do you guys want to be our friends or something? Sure. Okay. Listen. Yeah. Captain Cook.
As time went by, James wanted to see more. One day he saw a sign, a notice that said if anyone was to join the Navy, they could see far and distant places. James wanted to go to the South Seas. By joining the Navy, maybe this was finally his chance. He thanked the South Seas shilling coin that he carried in his pocket. Maybe it was helping him along his journey. James saw the British flag waving and felt a deep sense of pride. But he was still cautious and didn't want to leave Mr. Walker. What was he going to decide? At the graveyard above the hill, he thought of his sister Mary and how she wanted to climb Raspberry Topping, and that's when he saw a seagull, and the seagull called to him. It was his sister Mary calling to him. To serve the Navy, to serve his country, England. That would be great. Is this what Mary wanted? He needed to hear Mary's voice one more time and know it would be part of his journey, his quest. And then she came in the form of a seagull again and called to him.
Go to the sea.
James was so excited and followed the seagull to the docks. James heard a naval ship was coming to Whitby to recruit more sailors. James waited for the ship to take him to Wapping, where he would be enlisted into the British Navy. He thanked the South Seas shilling, for now he was going to go on a new adventure, one that would take him to far and distant places. Mr. Walker was saddened by James's decision. Mr. Walker knew about the rumors of the Navy. Yes, James would see many far and distant places, but he could also lose his life because being in the Navy was very dangerous. Mr. Walker was saddened by James's decision. Mr. Walker would write to James, hoping he would return. And James would answer back and let John Walker, as well as his family, especially his father and sister, know what was happening. There was a new war starting, a war against France, and it was going to be fought in the Americas. James' father was worried. He didn't want to lose James like he lost Mary. Now James was going to America and fight against France. It was a very dangerous time. If France should win, the Americas and colonies would be owned by France. James's father was worried. Anything could happen. James could die.
Loves you, God. I beg you, bring my son home to me. Bring my son home.
And that concludes the third chapter of my book, On to Whitby.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Thanks for the book. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. If I should fall and rise no more, as many comrades did before, then ask the fifes and drums to play over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, to Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. And fallen lads behind the drum, with colours blazing like the sun, along the road to come what may, over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, to Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away.
It's called Captain Cook and the League for Mankind. It's basically about a modern day kid. He's reading a book. Basically, it comes to life.
Hello, James.
Hello, Sir Thomas.
I've got a plan for you. A plan for your future. I'm going to take you to Staithes, where you will work for a man, a grocer named Mr. Sanderson. You will be his apprentice. Perhaps there you will learn about the sea, about the business of the sea trade.
Young James told me you sold garments here.
Why, yes, we do.
great adventure.
I always wanted to do something about somebody who was, interesting, really had a good story. It's really, I have a really good ending because it's like all his conflicts, all his memory, the past. He's just like, he just tried to do everything right. He died, and then you have all the things with Maoris and Australians. Just the Aborigines, all these things, all these conflicts. It wasn't really Cook's fault. He was just doing his job. So, and he was doing a good job. He was wanting to explore, and that's what this kid is reading the book, and it's realizes it's all about adventure. You gotta keep going and explore, no matter what. Cabin Cooking, Eat for Mankind. You gotta keep going, keep going.